Today's video, I'm trying to make $100,000 in Ghosts of Tabor as fast as I can. We're gonna see how many raids and how much time it takes to actually make $100,000 in game. But during this challenge, I actually have a few rules I have to stick by or the challenge is invalidated. Rule number 1, I can only use items that I get during the challenge. Anything that I keep instead of selling, I can use during the challenge, but nothing else, not even backpacks or anything that will make my life easier during the challenge. And rule number 2, I have to do all of this by myself. I can't have any teammates and I can't even team with players in game. Being 100% teammate-less the entire challenge is definitely going to make it 100% more difficult. Now that we got all the rules out of the way, let's get started on our very first raid. So to get into the first raid really fast, I got into the game, went from lighthouse to military camp, and broke this NPC's neck so I could acquire my first weapon. Then I went on to loot a few tents, and I found a few things I wanted, a small gun, and a couple magazines that I knew I would actually want to keep instead of sell. So I took these and went to an exfil right away. And our first raid was a success, but it didn't make us too much money, so I guess it was only a kind of alright raid. The only thing I sold from our first raid was a little SMG that sold for about $2,064. So while that does go into the total, it is not a lot, so I had to get into our second raid. And raid 2 was looking amazing. I found 2 guns right off the bat, and then I also noticed when I went inside the wall of the military base that this NPC to my left was shooting at someone that wasn't me. Using that information, I guessed that this player was on the other side of the hill, and I found him, and
Dang, this dude had nothing and I wasted a bunch of ammo on him, but we got a kill, so that's it.
After that, I went to the main building and found a Tommy gun, which was going to be nice since I used a bunch of ammo in my primary already. I went up to the top floor, but there wasn't much, and then I heard player footsteps from outside the building, and I knew I had to take care of whoever was trying to kill me.
Oh, I missed. Oh, did I actually kill him? I thought I missed.
The only thing he really had was a tier 1 armor, so I took that and continued to loot the rest of military camp where I'd find an M4, which is a really good weapon all around. After that, I went down the road further to another military hideout and found a drum mag for a gun, but I couldn't really carry it and left a bunch of loot behind, but I did get a few attachments, which are always worth a good grip of money. For the exfil, I went to Beach House and I found a rare spawn. Stone Tiki Head sells for $20,000, and I know if I could make it out with the stone head, that would cut well into the 100K goal I was trying to reach.
Please. Got the Mauhi, or whatever. I don't know how to say it. We got the Mauhi or whatever. It's a rare spawn.
It's Mo, you stupid hoe.
To make this way faster and way more simple for you guys, because I don't want to take up any unnecessary time, I just made a little layout of everything I sold. Here's the total. We made about 30,000 Karunas off of this one raid. And honestly, if we keep making money at this rate, the video will be done in no time. Or at least that's what I thought originally.
Recording really late, but a robot just clowned a ghost over there, and I just wanted to say that's funny as heck. But a robot just clowned a ghost over there, and I just wanted to say that's funny as heck.
Raid number 5, and I spawned in Fish Church, and there was literally like no loot. So I went down to the secret lab room to see if I could profit big time this raid.
My game keeps freezing, no gun. Alright, there's a shelf gun. Mac 10.
I found a Mac 10, which I wouldn't consider a really good gun, but then I started looting the rest of the room and found basically nothing. I took my risk shooting at a few players and jumping to the second floor to find an extra weapon after I used a lot of ammo. But I found nothing and ended up getting shot, so, you know, the risk I guess wasn't worth it this time around.
And they got me.
For raid 6, my luck was looking just as bad as the other raids, and then I found a fishing rod on the next floor, and usually items that are random like this are worth a lot of money.
We just dropped it. A fishing pole? This has to be rare.
It was only worth $1,000, stupid hoe.
On raid number 6, I literally spawned into a half-looted raid and then just got killed from the side. So, yeah.
Started raid? Dude, spawning into a half-looted raid is so unfair, dogs. I have no idea. What the heck? Like, this is what I mean. Like, I didn't hear them open gate because gate was already open because the raid already started. Nothing. Let's take a bet. Since that one had nothing, this one has nothing. Yep. Let me guess. Since those two had nothing, this one also has nothing? Ooh, I lied.
So at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting really heated, and honestly, I started dying a lot.
This is kind of an OP spot. I don't think that dude sees me. And he saw me, of course. Should've just took my shot. I'm gonna cry, dog. I'm gonna cry. These last few raids have just been atrocious, dog.
So I spawned at the little cargo container house that's a little bit in front of lab, and I decided that I would loot it and then head right to lab. After I made it to lab, I opened up a gun case on the outside and found a really good weapon, the Vector with a drum mag. And honestly, I haven't even found one of these in general. So finding one in this crate down here was actually surprising. And then I also found a backpack, so I was getting really lucky with my loot now. But I'd still have to make it into loot room and out of loot room alive if I wanted to make any more profit.
Ooh. There's only a top rail? Oh, there's a bottom rail.
I found tons of guns and attachments on the first floor, and honestly, this was quite the jackpot. I knew I could make a ton of profit if I made it out of here alive. I even found a 5.7, and if you don't know this, I'm actually collecting 5.7s. So after piling all the loot I could into my backpack and having my fully kitted Vector ready, I found someone on the ledge and absolutely beamed him before he could kill me. Honestly, he probably would have got me if I would have made the jump right there, but I kind of failed to make the jump, so I got lucky. I made it to the second floor and didn't find much of nothing, really. I found a few extras, but that was about it. I put the last little bits into my backpack, jumped out the window, killed an NPC, and instantly ran to docks.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, we made it out alive, brother. Oh my god.
After I made it out alive, I decided to keep the fully attached Vector as I might use it for a different video. I piled everything onto the conveyor that I wanted to sell, and this is what we made off of everything we sold in this raid. While the recap goes on about what I sold from the raid, I'm just going to take a quick second and ask if you guys would please subscribe. We're trying to beat Ghosts of Tabor, the official channel, in subscribers by the end of the year. I make weekly news and gameplay videos on Ghosts of Tabor and other very similar VR FPS that you guys would be interested in. And if we pass the official Ghosts of Tabor YouTube channel in subscribers by the end of the year, I'll be doing a bunch of things for you guys.
Someone hit keycard room. Maybe they were a solo. Oh, there's definitely some leftovers.
I spawned in an already started raid, but in the keycard room that was already open, I did find a fully loaded gun and an armor. I heard gunshots, so I went to engage with the fight to see if I could third party and get a bunch of good loot that was possibly from this keycard room. Raid 13. Honestly, the last few raids I died pretty fast. In this raid, I heard the bell go off behind me when I was leaving the Church of Fish.
It appears we're about to have visitors.
And I had to follow my own rule that I had to kill anyone I could.
Is he behind the tree or did he go down the trail? Oh, I guess I flattened both of them, okay.
I got into a second fight in this raid, but then I ended up dying because I missed all my shots like a little bot.
Amazing, brother. Copyright only on occasion, brother. I like racism, brother. Don't shoot me, brother. I'm about to go pull your pants down.
So I went up to the cell tower building to see if I could find any extra loot. And this is where I found something kind of insane that I thought would turn my luck around probably for the rest of the video. If I was able to pull this off successfully, I could finish the video off with this one last raid using the purple key card. But then I found someone on my way to the card room and I had to engage because I could not lose this card. But the thing that would make this engagement harder is the fact that I can't drop the card. Since I have no backpack, if I drop it, it's gonna go through the floor.
Oh, there goes purple card.
After that huge loss and a bunch of deaths right afterwards, I was honestly losing all hope in this challenge. And also, I think I was going a little bit insane.
California girl. Yeah, okay. Hopefully no one's taken over the loot yet. Oh, that's not good. And I died.
I spawned right outside of lab, and honestly, this is one of the best spawns if you want to make it into loot room first. So I took my advantage while I could and made it into loot room right away.
Oh my god, the NPCs are cracked today. Oh my god, okay, well.
As you can see, just a few raids away from the one where I actually lost my first purple card, I had another chance to actually use it. Since I had no backpack, I tried taking my risk of leaving as fast as I could. Even though I couldn't exfil at Beach House due to where I spawned, I was gonna go there to make sure I could get some med stims so I wasn't running out in the open with 0 HP. But this is when I found a player outside of the window. I thought I'd take my chances shooting at him through the window, but honestly, I missed so many shots and it was just a horrible idea all around.
I can't believe I'm not hitting any of these.
I'm not joking when I say I used a whole MP40 mag and like my whole AK mag and still didn't kill him somehow. I fired a few suppressed Glock shots at him and still couldn't kill him. I think this was mutual though because neither of us could really hit each other and it just got to the point where it was so embarrassing that I just gave myself away so he could kill me. But it turns out he also ran out of ammo while I was trying to let him kill me.
I'm not gonna lie, this is really sad.
He was reaching for the SKS that was on the ground from an NPC I killed earlier, but for some reason he didn't pick it up.
See, even that's sad.
I tried killing
Look at
him,
that.
but the
I can't
magazine
even
that
kill
was
you
in the
right
gun
now.
was empty, so I had to pick up another one, and as I put it in, he started running away. I got him in the end, but it was still really embarrassing. I made it to keycard room after that with basically no troubles. I put the keycard in and got ready to feast on some great loot. Since I had no backpack, I had to make sure I could only pick up things that were 100% a priority. I picked up a high tier helmet, high tier armor, a VSS, and since I saw a drum mag from before, I realized it would go into the L8 that I had waiting outside of the card room. I put the drum mag into the L8 because I knew a drum mag weapon would be way more viable than anything else I had on man. After all of this, I knew I could fit one extra thing in my hands, and I had to pick the crypto wallet that I found in the box. After all of this, I knew I could fit one extra thing in one of my hands, and I knew I had to take the crypto wallet with me because those things can value all the way up to 200,000 karunas. After I put everything that I needed into my arms, I got ready to dip and make it to the expo.
Most of the raid timer is gone. Most of my HP, stamina, water is gone. Everything's gone right now. Alright, this guy supplied me a nice little backpack that I can put my loot into. A med stem so I can even fix my HP problem. This dude just solved most of my problems. Okay, perfect. I swear that was not a paid actor.
This was it. If I can make it out in this exfil, I would actually beat the challenge. But also, this exfil is really risky because I could get shot in the back while I'm running through this open field.
Like, it's a spot that's decently camped. Also, oh my god. I might have just hit a successful freaking purple key card raid.
And there it was. I made it out alive. I guess this video really just shows that the quote, "the highest highs follow the lowest lows," is a real thing. That quote I'm pretty sure was by George Abraham Lincoln in like 2077 or something. Don't look it up. Anyways, for the end of this raid, we ended up selling 2 angled grips for 6,300 karunas each, a shift grip for 5,100, an AS valve for 6,000 karunas, a suppressor for 3,500, a Glock mag for 90, 2 different boxes of ammo for 90, a grease gun mag for 360, an MP7 mag for 930, an AKM mag for 712, a walkie-talkie for 7,200 karunas, a tier 4 armor for 22,500 karunas, a tier 4 helmet for 8,500 karunas, the L8 and its drum mag for about 5,000 karunas, and for the final amount that we made after selling every single item from the last few raids is 126,786 karunas. So I guess that answers the question of how many raids it takes to get 100,000 karunas. Of course, this will vary for every single person because no raid will ever be the same. If you enjoyed today's Ghosts of Tabor video, make sure to click on the one on screen right now. This is the first ever Ghosts of Tabor game show ever.